As the University of Johannesburg's first-year students get set up for orientation, this event is likely to happen at the Soweto campus today, and they reflect on the current challenges facing students and on the education matters that President Cyril Ramaphosa touched on in his State of the Nation address last night. Now, SABC News reporter Puseletso Mokoena is there with students and talks to us now. So, Puseletso, I can imagine many challenges that are faced by the students there. One of those challenges being the issue of accommodation. There's been so many conversations around this, but also more conversations around NSFAS. Talk to us about what the students are saying to you.
Well, thank you so much, Mkolisi. We are coming to you live from the University of Johannesburg here in the Soweto campus. Well, today the university is welcoming the 2025 academic year first-year student in their vicinity. And what we know is that the university is also celebrating 20 years of existence. And today it is the first big welcoming of the first-year students since COVID. But for that, I am joined by Professor Betty, who is the registrar at this university, to tell us more about this day and the issues that the students are facing. Well, Professor, thank you so much for your time. Can you please tell us about the importance of this day and the significance of this day, since it is one for the books at this university since COVID?
It is absolutely one for the books. Welcome to the Soweto campus of the University of Johannesburg. We are so excited. This is an absolute fantastic day. We're welcoming all our first years to the university. We've planned a lot of exciting activities around the day. Students will be taking a pledge to the university. This is not something that we do every year, but as you mentioned, the university is 20 years this year. And what our Vice-Chancellor basically says is that we're going to celebrate from literally 1 second past midnight on the 1st of January until literally 1 second before the end of the year. And this is what we're doing here. And it's fantastic to see so many first years and so many students on campus. There's a lot of activity, a lot of vibe, a lot of energy, and it's just fantastic to be part of it.
Prof, the last time we were speaking at the University of the Auckland Park campus, we spoke about the placements, the registrations. What are the outcomes now after that?
Perfect. So it's been widely broadcast that the University of Johannesburg has received a huge number of applications and choices. A large number of people have applied to study at the university, and that's true for all the universities across South Africa. And what it unfortunately means is that we can only take so many of those people. And the people that you see here today really are the cream of the crop. They are our top matriculants that are enrolling at the university. It's an exciting day for so many, but it's also a less exciting day and a sad day for many that didn't get the space. And I think the important message here is that there are other options. There's options at universities in terms of online offerings, non-subsidized programs. I was listening to the radio this morning when they were talking about the importance of TVET colleges, also the importance of artisans. So, just broaden your horizon, follow your heart, and do what you are good at. But I'm very excited to have our really cream of the crop first years here today.
Thank you so much for your time, Prof. Well, Mkolisi, I'm going to move into another very important official at this university, Professor Sus. You are the director for the well-being and the support of the students. I want us to touch base on maybe the plans that you have. A lot of these first-year students are from high school. They are obviously going to face some few challenges with the transition from high school to the university. What plans do we have in terms of that?
Thank you so much. Yes, so it's extremely daunting and exciting for our first years, but they don't know what they're really getting into because it's so different from the high school experience. And so our job really is to help them feel settled as quickly as possible and to have a sense of belonging in the UJ environment, which is easy because it's a big UJ family at the end of the day, and it's our job to make them feel that way. And academic development and support has many different initiatives. So today is the culmination of the first week of the physical orientation, where all the first years were introduced to all of their faculties, got to know some of the support divisions in person, person, which is important, as well as the physical walkabouts to know their environments on the 4 different campuses. But then we have extended orientation because they won't get used to the space in just 7 days. We need extended orientation, so we have the online UJ 101, which is a module that offers them all sorts of physical, emotional, mental, academic supports. We call it a wraparound support because that's really what it is. It's there to help students face all of their fears, whatever those fears are. We also have our tutors, we have our mentorship program, we have our peer buddies, student advising. I think they're going to be covered.
Well, Prof, thank you so much for your time. Because of time, I just want to quickly move to Sisekelo, who is the SRC, the president for SRC. Sisekelo, the president of the nation was holding the State of the Nation address yesterday evening. I just want to get a sense of view from you. Do you think the president addressed the issues that are needed to be addressed in terms of the universities?
Thank you so much. Look, luckily I was there watching at Heidi Park here, NCA. But matters were raised, and perhaps let me bring it back to my capacity as student leader. He spoke about SAPS being fully functional, and he said there's a campaign called Program Shanyela, and he said it's efficient. I beg to differ. As a student leader, we see students every day, and we hear reports every day. They're being mugged every day across the whole country. In fact, at UJ, it's so bad that they have to hire private companies to escort students off campus at night. And then it means that submission was really false. And I think more can be done in that regard. Also, he spoke about the pass rate. We truly commend the pass rate. Students did well, matriculants did well. But he didn't mention the influx of students we have that we fail to absorb in our institutions because of the large numbers opposed to the limited spaces. And so maybe then you could have touched on alternative plans. Are we going to have digital twins of institutions and all sorts of things? But yeah, I think in that regard, it could have expanded more. He also spoke about the water crisis. He said he's going to expand and build water programs and all those things. Look, Johannesburg has a big water crisis. In fact, at UJ, every single day we have trucks coming in and out of campus transporting water, delivering water. It is a big issue. And I think then he should really focus on that because, he's mentioned it before. So then we have no assurance as to whether it's going to happen or not this time around. But we are hopeful. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Sekelo. Because of time, we're going to have to cut it there. Well, Mkolisi, there you have it. We are here at the University of Johannesburg. Still, where we will be here trying to speak to the first year students just to get the first year adrenaline.